Hey guys, it's Stephanie with Focus WP here. I got to spend a little time with my good buddy and SEO expert Michael Lofton today. He graciously offered to help me walk through setting up my Google My Business account. Now, there was a lot of things I didn't expect, a lot of surprises, a lot of little tricks he got to share. So I thought maybe you guys would find this as useful as I did. You can hit Michael up at customeraccounts.com. And as always, you can find me over at focuswp.co. You can hit me up in the chat anytime. And if not, you can send me a message over there. I'm happy to help answer any questions you might have or help you out with any of this as well. I hope you guys enjoy. Hi, Michael.
Hello.
Let's have some fun with Google My Business. What do you say?
Okay. The first thing we're going to want to have you do is establish an email account that you're going to use for your Google My Business properties. So we usually suggest a Gmail account, but if you don't have a Gmail account that you use as a normal access for certain properties, you could either start one or you could use your master email account that you use for items like this, like Google My Business, or you would like to use for Google My Business for your particular agency.
So I have a G Suite account. Does that count? Or you want it to be like at gmail.com?
Is that one dedicated to another specific project that you might not want to integrate this with, or is it dedicated?
Sweet tea. It's enjoysweettea.com, and I'm doing it with sweet teas.
We'll try that.
I could see if this was for a client, then I could set up a separate account.
Right. I would set up specifically a separate account. Mostly clients, since they don't, some clients, as you well know, have it together and they understand if you're going to put in this case, a Google My Business property under their email, they have a specific email that's dedicated specifically for their business properties, like digital properties like Google My Business and other digital reference that goes directly to their business. But in most cases, you want to set up a dedicated Gmail account to keep the Google My Business, their analytics for Google, their search console for Google in one email for, reference. Type in your business name. Sometimes you put a space, put spaces between it. Now, is that the title of your URL?
No.
Oh, okay. So what you're doing here is, are you in the Google My Business or you're setting up a Gmail account?
Google My Business.
Okay, we'll try that. Let's just try that and see what
That's
comes
my
up.
business name, so.
Okay.
No, I do not. Now, do I want to do local? I mean, I work
I would
online.
put Charlotte in there for now. We can modify that later, but Charlotte, North Carolina. Sometimes, even though you're in a suburb from the main city, it should be able to find you in a radius, but you may want to go ahead and just put in your specific location. Yeah.
Now, there's also, because Charlotte's on the border, there are towns right across the border that are they're less than an hour away.
Yeah, we'll be handling that later when we set up the actual service area.
Okay, so though this says you can list your service areas below. So, I mean, I could put like the towns that
Well, we'll do that a little later.
You want to do it later?
We want to go into that because you're going to have probably 40 service areas eventually.
Oh, okay.
So for the time being, just have Charlotte and Denver.
Okay, got it.
We can modify that later.
Business category.
And it's going to give you some
marketing agency or marketing consultant. Marketing agencies.
That's a good start. And we'll be adding more in your subcategories later.
Change and add more later. Okay, perfect. Okay, I got to look up my Google Voice number because I can never remember it.
So why would you not use your existing phone number?
Well, it's a different area code.
Well, when you say different,
then it's an Atlanta number, and I live in Charlotte now. But I have a local
Okay, so you have a local area code for,
for Google
I mean,
Voice.
yeah, you have a local phone number for your area.
Yes, 704
Okay,
is the
great.
Charlotte
That'd be
area
great. Yeah.
code, and I have
There's
that
an
in Google
example,
Voice.
and you brought up a good point here. If you do have a local number, use that one as your primary number, even if you offer an 800 number for
Okay.
geo-targeting in this particular case.
Well, that's why I set up the Google Voice number, because I don't want to
Yeah,
change my
perfect,
cell phone number.
perfect.
Okay, this is just for them to mail me something, right?
That's right. We'll set it up for that address not to be propagated or listed.
Now, this brings up a good point, because where I live in an apartment above my folks,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all the same address. It doesn't have its own address, and I think they have a business as well, but I think they use a mailing center. But so this address is two residential, things and two businesses potentially. So is that going to cause problems?
Well, but let me ask you, does the Postal Service recognize an A or B complex? Or is it
No,
just a main?
it's just one.
Okay. Now, would you do me a favor before you start filling that in? Open up
Sure.
a new browser tab. Are we using Chrome today?
We are.
In the search bar above, type in the name of your business, just the way you did to start the, and then put a comma. Is
Sorry, I
that
was too
you?
quick. That's me.
So you see what they did there. I wanted to see if
Oh boy,
that
look
would,
over here. Wonder who these people are.
yeah, see, that's what I was asking you. Who is that? What's their location? 803.
That's South Carolina. That's right across the road.
Interesting.
My brand is better than theirs.
Okay,
Help Christian leaders and companies scale using social media marketing.
let's try one more thing. Keep that tab open, open up a new tab. Type in above the same thing, Sweet Tea Marketing with a space.com. Actually, what is your URL? It's not
It's Enjoy
sweetteamarketing.com.
Sweet Tea.
Put enjoysweettea.com, all spaced.
And like this?
Yep. Now enter. If you were
This number's wrong. That's a typo.
well, what's a typo?
Or maybe this is an old number. That number's wrong.
Well, then you'll have to get into your
Website.
dashboard and change that on your actual theme.
For goodness sakes.
So
Okay.
you probably want to do that as soon as possible,
Yeah.
because they're going to, in fact, we should do that right away, because Google's going to reference some of your stuff off your site and verify it.
What are we doing next?
So
Did this tell you what you needed to see?
what we're looking for is that knowledge panel off to the right, which did not show up, which would have been you, because you typed in exactly what your URL was.
Right.
Sometimes Google will build you a knowledge panel. That's what those things are off to the right that we saw on the other Sweet Team social marketing. And you can claim your business right from that knowledge panel and go through the process you just did. In this case,
That's not going to where that's pulling from.
it's probably, are you on Pages or are you on General?
That was general.
Yeah, go to Pages. It might be overridden in there for that home page.
How about in general settings?
Yeah, it's got to be in there.
Okay, well, that means something's wrong in my all-in-one settings then if it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
overriding that.
because you did not override it in there. So for the time being, just
Well, we'll
set
just leave it
that.
like that.
Yeah, and come back later and update that if
Okay.
we want.
All right. So next steps.
Okay. We go
Back to
back
Google My
into,
Business.
yep.
Okay.
And this is where it says verification needed.
Mm-hmm.
Second box down, go ahead and verify now and see what they're going to ask you. Sometimes they allow you a phone call, but it appears that we're going to be going to the address. So let's go with the hard address. And like you said, there's no A or B or upper or lower. It's strictly one address as far as the Postal Service is concerned, right?
Yep.
Hit the get started.
Did that work? I mean, I feel like it just took me right back to there. This is ads.
Oh, I'm sorry. Not that box.
Yeah, advertise these limits.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did this. Is that like, okay,
Right.
complete your listing. Do we do this kind of stuff? Or no, not yet.
Yeah, we could start doing that. So you can either do it from that box or off to the left it says info in the dashboard.
Okay.
And this is where you go step by step to fill out some of this stuff. So at the very top, you have marketing agent. We could, and let's just do a little of it now. We can add more later. Go to the edit mode. And it'll say add another category and see if you see it. If you type in digital, for example, see if it brings up some subcategories that would relate to what you do. Go ahead and
Nope.
finish out
We
the
can
word
do
digital.
design.
Yeah, design agency. There you go. Add another category. Anything digital, anything web, might start with the word web. Try digital again, see if there's any more. Yeah, go ahead with that. Website designer. Is social? There you go. Are you social web welfare center by chance?
Yeah.
No.
I'm helping people with their social media welfare.
Yeah. Okay, I'm surprised there's not. Try
I
media.
know, right?
Okay, so that's good for now. Let's just. You already have marketing. Okay, good. That's good.
That's enough?
Yeah. Let's go
Okay.
to apply. Okay, next category. Service areas. Now, for the time being, just put in a few of the cities surrounding, your area that you know of. And we'll go back in there later, and we're going to be more hyper geo-targeting with a list of zip codes, some latitude, longitude geo-targeting, that sort of thing. But for the time being, just list some of the towns around you in a good radius. And we've included Charlotte, so great. Yeah, that's good. So the ones you can think of right now, go ahead and do. This is in lieu of, you can select the radius, like how many miles surrounding you, but it's discovered that it's better to be pinpoint and specific on cities and counties as opposed to in zip codes and such, as opposed to just doing the radius selection.
Okay, is that a good number of places?
Yep, good start. Apply. You can always come back later and add more, and we will. Your hours. Now, the hours are interesting. You could put the normal 8 to 5, but I've found that if you can stay at least start opening earlier or stay open later than your normal business folk out there. So in your case as an agency, Even though you're working earlier, you might not have the doors open for incoming calls till a little later, like 9-ish or something. And then, yeah, you
Can I do
staying
that?
open past. Yeah, that's a good spread there, because then it's past the actual normal 8 to 5 stuff.
You gotta do each of these individual. It's dumb.
Okay, special hours, that would be, you can open
Holidays and
that up, and
such.
essentially that deals with like holidays and things of that nature. So you could put one in there, like I put usually Christmas and New
New
Year's
Year's.
Day as being closed.
Just so that they see that you're modifying this section.
Exactly.
Oops, I didn't mean to hit that. I gotta open it back up again.
You set your phone number, and then for
Appointment
reference on that
URL.
phone number, if you did happen to have an 800 number,
I don't.
we would put that in the secondary position. Here again, the reasoning there is, and this is mostly for local brick and mortar, having your local area code sets this, additionally sets the geo-targeting. And that's why you wouldn't want to put the 800 in the primary position.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got your
Like that.
website set. Appointment
Now I have.
URL,
Is
obviously.
this for like booking?
Yeah,
I
exactly.
have one of
Schedulers,
these.
people that are using automated scheduling systems. Because remember, Google likes stuff like this because you stay within their sandbox or play box, if you will, and they don't send you off to your website. They want to keep you in that knowledge panel as long as they can. Okay, you're running a scheduler. Okay.
Okay, so I can put this in there then, right?
Now, services, you can open that up, but we're not going to really deal with too much with that right now. But this is something to think about. We can set a couple of examples here. This is where you can go deep and long when it comes to specific keywords, categories, areas served, types of businesses served, all
Okay.
kinds of areas and genres you can get into that reference your business. And here again, an example would be, this is where you have to think hierarchically, where you're thinking like your H1 tags and your H2 tags and H3 tags. You're
Mm-hmm.
thinking the title overall of the section might be media marketing. What was a main?
I have broken out my services a bit.
Okay, so we could start with that if you have a list of something. But as you put these things together, it's good to think ahead how a section will break down, and you should have numerous sections.
Yeah. So I break my services down into identity, web, and traffic. So under identity, I've got branding, a brand refresh, and graphic design.
Okay, and what I would, let's do that as an example right there,
Okay.
and then we'll just stop after this. So,
Mm-hmm.
and then in the future we can add the web and et al. After that. So go back to the section, and as it says identity,
Mm-hmm.
I would just actually grab all that copy you have, because see, we have up to 140.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So let's see if you can grab that whole section and start it with identity in front. Yeah. Wow. Oh, you cut off a little bit. So just make it so the sentence finishes comfortably for you.
Oh, I just lost your story. Okay, that's easy. Got it.
So any sort of slight editing may be appropriate.
That'll be good for now.
Ending with? Oh, okay. See, okay, great. Fine. Then
Now,
the add
probably
an
would want to
item.
get more keywords in there, right? But
Yeah, that's what I'm suggesting. Maybe, yeah, definitely at least one keyword, but you are using brand, logo, your brand, so you're probably not too far off. Now,
okay.
where it says branding, okay, actually, wasn't the first one branding?
Yeah, I just went with this one.
You don't have to put a price there, you know. I don't know if I would. Do you necessarily need to?
No,
No, I wouldn't.
this is the same sentence as that one.
It says the
That makes
same as that
sense.
one, so you may want to. Okay, so you may want to look at some editing there.
Mm-hmm.
But you also want branding to be the first one and brand refresh. Yeah. So go add that for now. Now, that's where you would put the next one, branding refresh, for example, and then come up with some new copy on that. Because it is a separate item altogether. And you could go ahead and do a little bit of, obviously you have up to 140 characters there, so you can continue
Yeah, that's good.
with some reference there. But for the
And then
time
this one's a
being,
little bit
in
more,
this
but I'll come back to
example,
this.
yeah. And then the final one was,
Graphic design.
yeah,
And you get 1,000 characters for the description.
I know. Yeah, it's nice. Okay, add. So there's an example of a section, okay? So the next section would be your next one down, your web
Right.
on your page there, and so on and so forth. So you can come back later and deal with that. We can deal with that later. And then the next section would be the next one down. So, okay, good. So there's what Google describes as a services. What are they down below there?
Services.
Services. That's what they mean by that. So you can open up that at attributes. Some of them may not apply. You could go in there and look at some of them. That one's good. That's a good one. There's numerous other ones, like, if you have a local business that has handicap access or that sort of thing, that's what that is.
Yeah, so I can't add any?
You certainly can.
Only attributes you can edit are shown below.
So the fact that you're not you showed that you did not have customers visit your site. They didn't add the attribute handicap access, for example.
Right, well.
So it may have limited you to just that one example.
Okay, so these are fairly automated from Google.
Yeah.
Then.
Yeah.
And I just get to apply.
So just the fact that you got one in there is good.
Okay.
Didn't you? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Business
description. I
somewhere.
Go with just a few paragraphs that you could just pull off your site.
I have a paragraph written somewhere. Yeah, I'll have to grab that. And then add opening date. Is that important?
I just like to fill in all the fields, so it could be an arbitrary date. It's not really going to be anything that important. I would make sure, if you can, try to get it a few years old. Just for some businesses, in your case, you're not going to have a problem with that, but just go back as far as you can whenever you are doing any sort of consulting. It doesn't have to mean...
Oh, me? I mean, that could go back 15 years, but Sweet Tea Marketing is from 2015.
Okay. Well, and you could probably go back further than that, because you were helping people on a consult basis further than that, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been doing most of this stuff for almost 20 years.
Yeah, so I would go back further.
But not under that name, so does that matter?
Well, that's fine. That's fine.
I mean, you tell me.
No, I would go back further just to show that you have more substantial history. So pull it back into, yeah, 97 or whatever you think it is. Yeah, there you go. Apply that. In some instances, if you have a corporation, Google may, through their, because we're dealing with mostly AI now. We're dealing with artificial intelligence, rank brain. They call it
Mm-hmm.
rank brain. Google
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Sometimes they can verify this stuff by cross-checking names on a corporation, but as far as an LLC or just a DB doing business as or an individual,
Mm-hmm.
they can't track that.
Right.
So the depth of your knowledge is more important than trying to worry about, well, when did I really start that checking account for my DBA?
Right.
Okay, so you're going to add your business description still, you said?
Yeah, I was just trying to find that file where I have it typed out. But I don't know. I may have to come back and do that. There's no sense you
Well, you just
waiting
grab a
around.
little something right now because the whole idea, just off your webpage, just general description, just a paragraph, just to put in there for a time being, and you can update that later.
Okay.
But on the first round, I like to make sure all the little fields are filled in. Now, are you strictly in that business?
Well, I'm trying to niche.
You are? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you're not encouraging folk to call you if they're in the roofing business, right?
Right. I'm encouraging breweries to contact me in the industry, but I
Well,
do
then we
have.
should. Is that some more?
Yeah, these need updated though. These are the ones that I had written before, but I need to update them
Is
specifically
there
for
one that's
the brewery.
general, like that second paragraph there says Sweet Tea and Charlotte
Yeah, but it's got my
Agency?
old partner listed in here too. So
We can just take him out, right?
yeah,
Oh,
well, I
I see.
wrote it
Okay,
specifically
then you
about
got the
like two
left and right brain
people.
thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So I'll come back to that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll work
No,
on
but
that.
while we're at it, now that's, and this is something to keep in mind as you're moving through your profile, when you start realizing, oh, in this case, you're looking to niche, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would go back up into your listings of your master listings at the top, categories.
Mm-hmm.
Open that up and then start typing in the brewery. See what comes up. Brewery consultant, brewery. It would be nice to get something in there that would be related to your particular consultation.
It would be.
Try again, craft, and then start the word B. And you can't get away putting in, you'll see what happened. Go ahead and put craft beer consultant in there, for example. Digital or marketing consultant. I forget what, media consultant. Okay, now try putting that in there and you're going to see what's going to happen.
Nope. Fail.
So I just wanted to make sure that gets on record that you can see that you can type in anything you want, but if it doesn't quite hit what they are offering on their palette, they won't list it for you. There you go. All right, now
Add
photos.
photos.
You could come back on this one if you want, but
Mm-hmm.
each one of those categories need to have at least a couple images. Overview, video, at work, team, identity. Identity would be, for example, your logo. You'd
Okay.
start there right away. Just throw a logo in there. You'll see some of the limitations on the size. I forget the pixel minimum, but you'll see if you try to load a image that's too small, they'll kick it back out and they'll suggest what the minimum uh, height width is. But for this example, whatever you got, give it a go. Now we gotta see, the problem is might have to resize the image because they're not
Heck?
sure how much room they're gonna give you. Are you gonna be able to
That
stretch it
isn't
in?
gonna crop this image.
Yeah, you're gonna have
Well,
to
it looks
reset.
terrible too. Why can't
Yeah.
it be smaller?
Yeah, it's interesting how sometimes they'll reposition the image for you, resize it if it's larger. But
Mhm.
some of them, like the logo, for some reason they don't, because they want it to be exactly, because realizing it's a logo, for some reason they want the sizing a little different.
Okay, we need a square one, basically, is what they want for this, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me see if this works. But it's terrible quality. I don't want to set that.
Well, can you change the quality of that before you upload it?
Yeah, but I mean, like the other one was a bigger file and it was too huge.
All right, let's just,
So that's weird. Let me try one other one.
okay. I was going to say we could put that in there and then just replace it as soon as possible. The whole idea is just to go through the exercise of showing how all the fields are filled out.
So let's try this one. This one we
Oh,
can make work.
okay. Good.
Do I add a caption?
Sure. I think anytime, especially if it's not interfering with the layout of a website or something, but I would go with your caption
Mm-hmm.
instead of, I mean, that's cute and everything.
Put keywords.
Yes. So I would specifically say what you're doing there.
What was that?
Digital suite of digital marketing
Growing up,
expert.
how about this? Or no? Too
You,
cutesy?
I don't know if you have that much room. Let's try it. Give that a go. Nothing wrong with that. See if it will fit.
Yeah.
Okay. Save away. And then while you're in there, go ahead and can you pull the cover off the image with that picture? Is that kind of the one you're using on the?
Yeah, it's gonna change, but
Okay.
I
Is that
think
going to
we've
be a
got it.
picture of beer next and not tea or what?
Something. I don't know yet. It's under development.
Okay.
Always. Let's see here. Where's my picture? Trouble is, I think it's. That's the old logo.
There you go. Something like that.
Nope, it wasn't right. I might have to come back to this one too. To have something that's done properly. Because this is it doesn't have the logo on it anymore.
That's fine.
So I'll come back to it.
You're already showing the logo, so just an image that kind
I'll
of
just have to come back to it. I don't know which image that was.
gives a metaphor.
I'll come back to it and I'll put it because I got to put all these images
Okay.
in.
So, but in any case, each one of those categories need to be filled in. Team, that would be maybe a picture of yourself or whatever. At work, just
My cat.
there you go. Yeah. And then overview, just general, just something. So those need to be filled in. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Now we can stop there, but I would suggest we do one more step because pending your. Wait a minute.
Oh, sorry. Do you want me to go back?
No, that's fine. Okay. Now, this is all fine. Let's try this one more time. See in the top right there? Let's try that one more time. Verification now. See what the heck's going on here. For some reason, it didn't take it. Go ahead and just put in your exact location. Let's see what they dish up this time. I don't know why it didn't hold last time.
Maybe I hit enter and it did verify later. on me or something. Nothing. Weird, huh?
Yeah, that is bizarre. I just Google sometime is the weirdest.
Mm-hmm.
We'll try one more time, but I would then just put it on hold. Maybe
You want me to do it again?
try one more time. But really, this is
I don't think it's going to change
the
anything.
monkey of Google, and they do this kind of stuff every once in a while. You think they didn't get it, and then the next thing you know,
I'm getting 75 postcards in the mail.
yeah.
I mean, it's processing it somehow, but it gives me no message.
What is that where it says the next verification? Learn more about your business. Is that something else? What's that one?
I think I just can't do any of these things.
Oh my God. Okay, one more time, and that's
Really? You want me to do it again? Okay.
yeah. I'm just trying to see if they have because sometimes they'll go through some issues where one field will trigger, but maybe another one's hanging up for some reason. So we'll just try. This is just happens to be a different field altogether.
My mailbox is going to be just stuffed with postcards.
Nah.
How long does it
Okay.
take to get the postcards usually?
It takes anywhere from 4 to 7 days. They're pretty fast about it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. All right, we'll just circle back.
All right, this is awesome. Thank you.
And then what I would do is check your mail. Let's do one more thing first. See where it says website?
Mm-hmm.
Google has their own website now.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But two things to remember here. One is this website, this should be filled out. They'll take some of the information that you put in the info, all the fields and information. If you scroll down, you'll see. If you want to put your colors in there, go ahead and do that. Some of them it's just generally not all that exciting. But see where the fields are services, they propagated it for you. Further down, I think it has your maps. Some reason, there's your hours.
Cool.
So I don't know what the about us is. It? I thought we put. Oh, did you just put a couple lines in there?
Tell customers about the qualities. I don't think I did. I fill that in.
I thought you did, but that might have to be circled around again. It should be in the description. It's not pulling it up. Yep, there it is. All right, go back to the website. So when you do posts in the future, which we probably grab like one of your blog posts, it's suggested.
Mm-hmm.
That will also be put in there, right there where it says create your first post.
Mm-hmm.
There are some tricks there too in the post.
Should I wait till I'm verified to post something?
All this stuff needs to be verified, but in any case,
no, I mean, should I wait till I get the postcard before I?
Yeah.
I have an article I could put up here.
Well, if you want to, toss it in so you can see how the posting works real quick. It's fairly benign. Okay. And it helps to, and you'll see, throw an image in there.
I don't put a link, right? Or do I?
No, not yet. Well, I'll show you. Just go throw some.
I just copied
you could throw a teaser, like a couple of paragraphs, and then I'll show you the trick how to. Where's it? There you go. Right there. That's a good stopping point. Where it says "Let's go." Mm-hmm. I'll show you what we'll do.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if you scroll down a little further, you'll see add a button, and I would say learn more. Put your URL in there where that landing page is. And then I would go with the up above, you can add the image. I would add one image to kind of perk it up a little bit, that whole posting. So if you scroll all the way up, If you got a little something you can throw in there.
For sure. Oh, because I saved it in some random place. That could explain it. Okay.
Ooh, nice. Okay, publish.
This is a what's new versus event versus offer versus product?
Now, no. Before you go any further, yes, thank you so much. What's new is considered a short-term post.
Okay.
And so that means that it's really, they suggest, this is Google's suggestion, it hasn't proven out from an SEO purpose necessarily to be fact, that you update your posts every 7 days.
Okay.
And what I want to show you, and in this example, it should work fine. To have a post stick longer, you change it to an event. And you'll see you've got a way to add a couple more fields. You can add the event up to 1 year. So what I would do is change that June 20 to June 25 or so, 2020, somewhere the day or two before that. And now you're going to get more mileage on that particular post. And it's a stickable event because it's, you know, it's referencing a something that's going to be important to somebody for, you know, time to come. So it's not just a 7-day event. It's something that would make sense for years to come, speed of a website. So that's how you can take advantage of getting a little longer stick on an article.
Okay.
Okay, everything else looks good. Obviously at the top you can do one for an offer and one for a product. So in this case, publish away.
1 year from now.
So something, oh, that's right. We had it. Yeah.
It was 1 day off.
Yeah.
Oop. Choose an account.
Is that the one we're using?
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, it cropped it really badly.
Oh, so that's good to know. So review yourself in that web.
So do I need to do?
It did propagate to that web page. So let's go back and is there a way to readjust that image at all? Because
yeah,
obviously
crop it, but
we need to make sure that that's going to be able to be seen in a better light than.
What's this button mean? Floating right here in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
Create. That means create.
Right. No, you want to go back and edit. It's odd that they show it as being able to be proper the way it is, but obviously.
That's a really useful link. Thanks, Google. Learn more. Or not. Okay. I don't really want to crop it any more than that.
Can you move the left?
Move
the left, yeah, over there. Just try something like that and see if by chance it picks that up.
I mean, that's like horrible though. That's cropping that off. It's showing.
We'll have to come back a little bit more so it gets all the words. There you go. Let's just try that. See if it helps. I just want to see if it helps. Republish. And see if by chance that helped a little bit.
Now it looks horrible in this.
Well, at least it shows the definitive. Okay. We can come back later, swing back around, but I didn't want to leave it hanging where the arrow's pointing off and you had no idea
to nothing.
What the heck pointing to. All right. So now you can see how your posts go into the so-called Google site. Now in this case, be not scared when we go to publish because it doesn't mean that that's the site that's going to come up as a reference in your knowledge panel when it says website. Only if you assign this as the main website, which we did not. We assigned your main URL, Sweet Tea Marketing, enjoysweettea.com, as the website. But for SEO purposes, Google likes the fact that you're publishing their own little site internally for them. So yeah, get something that you like, and obviously your palette's not too deep here as far as.
No, it is not.
Their little offerings.
Man, that's it. These are my choices.
There you go. Isn't that nice?
That's
it. At least you can read.
Okay,
Some of them you can't even read the font.
I know.
So let's go back to publish.
Do I need summary header?
Yeah, let's do that. That was under, yeah. That's where the info is. That's the about thing that we're missing. So just do a quick summary there.
Summary header. What does that mean?
I think it's right.
That is what it is. Okay, and then summary body.
I would add digital marketing just for the SEO purposes. Sweet Tea, about Sweet Tea digital marketing or something.
Oh, you mean up there?
And now you can go with your description.
Again, now that I see where all this stuff's ending up, I'll be able to better.
So we'll finish up here after you publish that. And then we're going to swing back into this thing maybe tomorrow. Unless you get an alert, I'm just curious if you go over to your email for this property that we started for the Google My Business, see if you've gotten an email regarding verification.
Oh, okay.
Or 8 emails for verification.
Right.
Publish again. Make sure you publish always at the end.
Okay, so I haven't published the whole site yet. You want me to publish the site now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Even though it's not like this isn't my stuff.
Publish it again. But that's where the gallery and the photos are going to come in handy. You're going to want to. Yeah, so you could go and view the site with you.
Oh, it's horrible. It's going to make me upset.
I know. And remember, we're only doing this for SEO purposes.
I know.
Okay, but you can see where you're going to get those. You got to get those images in there, update those photos because you get the incorrect photos in there. But all right. So now we go back to the dashboard. Those are all just asking you to. Some of that stuff just pops up routinely. It has nothing to do with whether or not you have it filled in already or not. And that's just your information. So go to your, could you go to the email? Obviously, you can take this out if you're going to publish this later.
Where do you want me to go?
You and I, go to your email that you're using for this property.
Yeah.
Go in there and see if the verification, anything regarding verification.
No, I haven't gotten anything. I'm looking in another window, yeah. Nothing.
Okay, go to the very top where it says home. Okay, so we're just going, for the time being, we're going to log out. We're not going to push this verification. We're going to come back in like tomorrow or the first of the week when you have time and double check this verification process, see what's going on. Just remember which email you use to log into this. Let's try something while you're logged in.
Okay.
Open up Google Search Console.
My site's not in here either.
Can I add a new property?
Do you want me to use the new Search Console?
Yeah, I'll use a new one.
I feel like every Google thing is new every single time.
I'm surprised they even dished up that information for you.
Okay, so I want to do add property.
Yeah. Off to domain. Make sure it's exactly. Okay, go to property. Go to property and see what they dish up. Wow. Okay, so you are. They have been tracking you for a while. Okay, good. That's all good. Okay, that's a good indication right there. Okay.
1% click-through rate.
Well, that's not bad because this is not necessarily targeted stuff.
Okay, so let's see what people are searching. Sweet tea design, sweet tea, speed up website. That's good.
Oh,
Only one click, but
it's all right.
Things like this, though, that's probably not people actually
Yeah,
searching for me.
no, right. Yeah, there's only a couple in there. You got Charlotte branding and development, which fits your thing,
That's good.
and how to speed
Branding
up. So,
agency.
yeah. So you
How to
got
speed
maybe,
up Divi theme.
yeah. There. Wow. Okay.
This is my designer. She got 3 searches.
Okay. So you can log out of those business.
So is there anything else I need to do in Search Console?
No.
Just added the link
But
and
in the
that's it.
future, if you want to, where it says at the top there, the very last little box, query branding agency, it's shaded, the oblong box.
Yeah, I just clicked on it.
Okay, so you could see what you can do there. You can, if you want to work on certain keywords, like go ahead and go up there and hit it, click it, and then use web design Charlotte. Yeah, let's just try that. See if it gets you anything. Well, I'm surprised it even provided something. Huh. So you could go in there, noodle around with a lot of keywords. This is what we did with Complete Network. We go in and I start entering our master keyword. Yeah.
Wah, wah.
Yeah. Well, you haven't really been pushing.
No, I haven't.
So,
no, I gotta get it. I gotta get these words
but
on.
That's one that could circle back around to down the road and start seeing if it's starting to pick up traction as you honestly, as we go through from your SEO standpoint on your page and start updating those H tags and to make them more specific to your now genre. Okay, log out of that one, log out of your Google My Business, and we'll just come back and visit Google My Business on the verification here in a day or so. You're logging out, or are you just closing out?
I'm just closing it because I stay logged into my Google account. All right. Thanks,
All right.
Benji.
Well, there's a first step, and then we go back in and we can dig a little deeper on all those as we talk category sections, locations. We'll probably add some deeper geo-targeted stuff like zip codes and such.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But as round one, that's the initial setup.
Okay, great. I'm gonna hit stop here.